This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you are listening to the Capes and the Lunatic Sidekicks podcast.
Yeah! Welcome back to another episode of Legends of the Arrowverse. Again, like we said, it's going to be all Superman until the end of the year. And then, next year, Flash once a month and Superman once a month. But anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Queen of the Armadillos. It is.
Hey, y'all. It's Little Hellfire.
And, of course, it's Superman we're discussing. So, from the Krypton Report, Tyler... Superman Blue. Everybody. There he is. And Chuck Norris, a.k.a. Mr. James Cole, just walked away.
He went to save some people.
Nice.
Yeah, he heard it. He super sped off. He'll come back all dusty and trying to put the fire out because he's moving too fast.
So I'm confused. Is he Superman?
See, I told you to come back quick.
I know. I know. That internet was awesome, man. He just Barry Allen'd it back in, and he was
gone and back.
He saved the people and picked up tacos.
Tacos. Anyways. I was trying to say Superman news, but I don't think we got any big Superman news, do we, Tyler?
The only Superman news we need is Bendis is leaving. That's it. That's all we need.
Bendis is leaving. They started filming Superman and Lois. Allegedly, they released the second design for the logo. There was a picture of it, and I could not tell the difference. So, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's it.
But yeah, Ben, this is
everything else is quiet. I'm surprised they haven't announced who the new team is.
They started doing Superman. No, I don't know. Say they did start doing their additional photography for Snyder Cut, but who knows if Cavill's in that or not.
Oh, yeah, and they started...
They said he would be.
I didn't even check this week, but they started putting out, what do you call it? The digital first again. The Superman Man of Tomorrow, whatever. They stopped at issue 15, and then last week they did issue 16. And I forgot to check this week, because I was really enjoying that book.
Yeah, I read the first couple. They weren't bad. Of course, it wasn't Bendis, so it was pretty good.
They're better than what Bendis is doing.
Bendis is doing something? What?
No.
Again, it's just
other than wishing
not
he hadn't screwed up.
He just needs to stay street level. I mean, Young Justice isn't that bad, but
it could be better. We've seen better.
I know. Well, again, just like that.
I like that. Like I said, I like the Wonder imprint stuff that he's doing. I think he's doing magic over there. Put him over there. Keep him over there.
Yeah, don't put him on a big name character.
Well, I think that Wonder imprint's going away too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Young Justice is getting canceled.
I'm just wondering if his Naomi. Yeah. Yep, Young Justice is getting canceled. I didn't hear anything about his Naomi book though.
Unless they.
I don't know. With his partner, they might not. Who he's partnered with on that book, they probably, that's a little prestige. He's got a little controversy, a little oomph on his name right now. So we'll see.
Unless they just do a series of mini-series or something.
It's not Marvel. We don't do that here unless it's Frank Miller.
I didn't mention that name. All right. So should we get to this issue? One of Lilith's picks for Superman and Lois story. Action Comics 484. Pre-Crisis.
Is
my
it
favorite time, let's be honest.
Oh, come on.
Technically, it's post-crisis that they then decided to write a pre-crisis story in.
What?
I was wondering when it had come out. It doesn't have a year on the cover.
Because if you look at it, because they say, this happened long ago.
Well,
on Earth 2.
Yeah.
This isn't the current... They say, this isn't the current Superman... that you're reading. Where is it?
Yeah, because it was Silver Age Superman, but they were doing the Golden Age
not
Superman.
Crisis, Silver Age.
Yeah, sorry, wrong Earth. The events you're about to witness never happened to the Superman who is secretly Clark Kent.
I was like, all right, cool.
Well, no, it's funny because it's like, back in that day, it's like, yeah, like we'd marry off the real Superman.
Basically, that was my favorite part about it, honestly. It was like, oh, you silly gooses.
Oh, yes, this is June 1978.
Yep, like the Golden Age Superman got married before.
Yeah. But yes, June 1978. So yeah, back then they're like, yeah, like we married
considering
Superman.
it being a 70s story, I thought considering it being a 70s story, I was the dialogue wasn't too wordy and wasn't too just weird and off the wall, kind of like when I read Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god, this is so wordy. Like
You can always tell when it's a Earth 2.
it was a lot.
Because they're at the Daily Star.
Yep.
Exactly.
George Taylor.
It should have been a gossip rag, though, since it was Earth 2 instead of, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I think so the story is cool, but I think it's weird at the same point because I feel like there is a lot in this story.
Yeah.
First, you have just Superman doing, his things with, these villains watching him, and then Lois is trying to figure out how he beats her, and then the magician shows up, and then and then all of a sudden, then the whole wedding thing comes into play. I mean,
well, it's like,
are we not going to talk about it, Colonel Future?
And, before Stargirl, I wasn't too familiar. Right? The CF gang.
Sounds like some rap group from 2020.
I wasn't too familiar with.
Yes, it does. I didn't even think about it, but it does.
Oh my! And then
it probably could be, honest.
And then the big plot.
I mean, I was somewhat familiar with the Justice Society before. Well, they had the Mechanical Marauders in here too. I mean, that's Fleischer cartoon throwback right there.
Well,
which was awesome.
It's old school Superman, yeah. But the big plot device is always Lilith, amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
What are they, Osborns?
I was going to say, caught a case of the Osborns, man. He can't remember that. So, and again, until they finally get married in the 90s, it's like, oh yes, I can marry you, but if I don't remember I'm Superman, yeah, now I can marry you.
Yeah, it was kind of because you're like, I fell in love with Clark then, and you're like, wow, okay. And then it was just like, I don't know, it just felt weird. She's like, I love you, Clark, now.
Well, you have to remember how many times did Lois get married to somebody else? Especially, she got married to, 3 other aliens before she married him. So,
Yeah, didn't she marry Batman first?
Exactly. So, we've done all the iterations. It's time to stop teasing us.
That damn Bruce.
She's already married else in the DC universe. It's time she actually marries the person she's been flirting with for 80 years.
Tease.
Well, in the 90s, it would have been 60 years.
Talk about a long engagement. Goodness.
Well, again, yeah, this is Earth 2. Earth 1, they don't do it until the 90s, yeah. But again, this, the weird thing about this...
and then from the time they get married, or from the time he gets amnesia to the time they get married and the time he gets his powers back, I mean, it's an entire year.
And I'm just always it's weird because he has amnesia, but they show when those guys try to shoot him from that sub and the bullets bounce off him. I'm like, wouldn't you, if you don't remember, wouldn't the strength come up? If you think you're a normal man, wouldn't your super strength come up at some point? Be like, oh, how the hell did I do that?
Nah, never.
I mean, even Edward Cullen had the courtesy to treat Bella like a delicate flower. I'm just saying.
Oh, I wasn't going to go there, but I mean, yeah, wouldn't they be like, oh yeah, Lois had to go to the hospital on their honeymoon. Why?
Well, yeah, in some right, and in some Superman iterations, he can't even feel stuff when it's not, especially pain. So, when people shoot him, he doesn't even feel it. It's not even a bug landing on him. But when he gets hit by something, super strong, alien, what have you, then he can actually feel it. So, those bullets, he may not have even felt it while swimming.
Exactly. He's just like, what's up? You know what we say? Man of steel, woman of tissue paper. It's out of our.
It's the Mallrats debate.
It's out of our favorite good old Superman Earth 1.
And I love the Wizard, codename the Wizard, and it's like
better than the Wizard.
Oh, true, with the yellow costume, yes. But I mean, no, he's like, oh yeah, I told everyone I killed Superman, but none of the other crooks believe me. So now, now he's like homeless.
I mean, he can be homeless. That's cool. Whatever.
He name drops the brainwave, not brainwave. He name drops the brainwave.
The brainwave.
We had a long discussion how important the word "the" is.
The brainwave. What is he, Australian?
Oh.
Yeah, as we're talking about John Burns, the Man of Steel, and then Bendis' Man of Steel.
And his name is different. It's Frederick Garth instead of the William Amadeus Zard. So I was just like, okay, sure. Is it an alias? We'll never know. We don't care.
Yeah, but is that because it's Earth 2?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Whoever he is, he has no pupils.
I mean, Magic Man, it has a price, and maybe it was his pupils.
I like the fact that his spell on here, like basically as he draws a giant crest that Superman's on and goes like into, and then reemerges as Clark, like just forgetting his Superman, and then his first thought when he reemerges is must marry Lois.
His subconscious becomes the conscious. The id wants what the id wants.
And again, it's like, I can't be Superman. So what else do I got? Lois.
I can't be Superman. I'll just go after Lois.
So what kind of show?
I mean, she is a handful to keep up with. So she's always getting into something.
Your idol.
Yeah, this is true.
And dinner and a show. What show did they see? I didn't see the show here.
It's not Batman's parents. It doesn't matter. Damn it.
They didn't go see The Mark of Zorro.
That's all that matters. Nobody saw The Mark of Zorro. We're good. But no, I thought I had never read this one, or if I guess I thought I had read my entire book, and I guess I missed it. But I do think it's just, I don't know, it's such a weird story because I'm like, there's so much things in this that just, for Superman to marry Lois, and it's Clark that married Lois, and then at the end he's like, "You're gonna run out on your husband."
I know. I love the minute he gets his memory back. She's like, "Don't even say it. I'm packing.
And he's just like, "What? Why? Marry me. Marry me now, Lois. Marry Superman.
In the name of Rao."
Well, you've married Clark Kent, so let's go to.
I was like, what is this? Peter and Felicia getting married under those aliens? This was so weird.
I'm just saying, like,
she has to marry both halves of him, I guess.
I'm just saying that that's some interesting.
Well, I don't. I guess there's no ordained Kryptonian minister to marry them the Kryptonian way.
It'd be funny if it was just like Kellex the robot.
I mean, it would have been.
He should have said Argo City. That's all I'm saying.
Kellex, a bow tie.
Yeah, Argo City would work. I mean, but isn't it? I mean, isn't that like a downer on your wedding day? You get married in front of the statues of your dead parents.
It's DC.
That would be like Batman and Catwoman getting married at like the grave
Just
of Thomas and Martha.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna be married at their grave.
At the grave of Thomas and Martha Wayne. I know. But yeah,
what's interesting?
I don't know how many times are we going to see Catwoman and Batman get married, and how many times are we going to see Bruce die?
Let them live in sin. It's 2020. Millennials don't believe in marriage. Let them live in sin.
Batman's getting married.
Anybody else like how he flipped it around and they were upside down?
Whoa! Enough with the honeymoon. Enough with the honeymoon.
Yes,
Oh yeah, they flipped the art over, yeah.
And it was funny too. The colonel didn't even blink on it. His guys were like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he just kept talking.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed. I'm probably the only one with a floppy copy, huh? Because these ads are great.
Oh, 78, I'm sure.
Got candy bar.
Yeah, you probably are the only one. I've got my 80th.
Yep.
1970s candy bar ads.
And Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread.
I really like that Clark. When the panel where Lois says, "Clark Kent, that's no way to treat a lady," and he like pushes her, and then she almost gets shot, and she's like, "Oh, maybe it was a good thing Clark pushed me."
That clumsy oaf. Thank God that coincidence happened.
I do like like it makes me wonder how they were writing. Like, hey, you got to write this Superman story. I don't know what to write. You know what?
Take
I'll
the
just
Frank
write a
Miller
story.
approach. Make him a dummy.
I'm like, I'll just write a story about the Earth 2 Superman, so I can basically do a one-off that doesn't really matter. That's not happening right now because it's about a time that no longer matters. Boom, shakalaka.
But at least they're upfront about it on the cover.
A universe in about 8 years that it's been not going to exist.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because here's the cover. It's a beautiful cover, of Superman takes a wife.
And it's like an anniversary. It's like an anniversary. It's the 40th anniversary issue, too, and it's not even Earth 1 Superman.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
what is this,
if I would
2020?
I would have, like, it starts off, okay, first page, cool, second page, cool, all right, and then by the time we get to, like, this, I'm like, okay, and then this whole story gets weird. I'm like, this makes no sense.
Although...
Then they're getting married. Nice. And then we get to, like, the Hey There Delilah scene right here, cutting his hair while he's asleep. And then we actually get, like, some wedding stuff here in the end. So
some wedding stuff?
Well, I mean, it's a Kryptonian wedding at the... I mean, is that my house, the Cave of Solitude right there, Phil? Like, it's the Mountain Cave of Solitude? Like, it's not really the fortress as we know it. Like, it's in a cave.
Oh, yeah, it's like on a mountain. Yeah. Earth 2. Yeah.
Fabulous secret citadel.
I just like how busy the stories used to be. Like, they weren't dragging it out. They weren't afraid to be, like, kind of goofy and silly. And they weren't worried about continuity, so neither was I.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if it was Earth 2 Superman, this wedding would, today would get like 6 issues.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a mini-series. We'd have 2 wedding albums, the honeymoon sex tape release.
He would have had that amnesia for at least 3 issues.
Well, that's what, where James and I are reviewing Man of Steel.
For sure.
We were talking about how the first issue of Man of Steel, I'm like, if that came out now, that'd be a 6-issue miniseries right there.
Well, it did, and it was 12 issues when it could have been 5. Looking at you, Bendis. Hello.
But no, I mean, like, his didn't even... But I'm saying, like, that whole just... Like, the way that Byrne wrote it, like, you could have... Like, everything was, like, talked about, like, off... Like, in a sense, like, off camera. Like, oh, I did this, and this happened. Like, that whole first issue of Man of Steel... Really, if you think about all the stuff they kind of gloss over or bypass and all that, you could have made that one book 6 issues in itself.
Yeah, I mean, the first issue was, Krypton, him leaving Krypton, mostly his childhood. But, I mean, and Byrne did it different. He didn't have his powers till he was, like, in high school, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not, Phil, we already talked about that, okay? Me and James did.
Yeah, he was like baby, then he was like 25.
Yeah.
Like so, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the laziest way to tell a story. Let's make him a Christ figure. We get it. We know.
he's like Jesus. Nothing happened between the ages of like infant and
33.
30.
There you go. I like the wizard in this one though. I miss him. Like I like the wackiness of the old Superman stuff. Like I said. Didn't have to be all serious and like gloomy.
Yeah, I agree.
As I said, I mean these are good. I even miss like the 80s and like 90s stuff.
Oh, that's peak 80s, like mid 80s. I don't mind After Crisis Superman. I really don't until we get to the death of Superman. So.
I mean, I know, Tyler and James, you have problems with the Byrne origin and stuff, but I kind of like that era just because like. They write him as almost like a normal guy. He just happens to come from Krypton.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt like that was relatable. Yeah,
we're getting there. Like we're starting at the beginning, and I mean, I like that aspect to him. You know, but just the where he starts, I don't like.
Yeah, I mean the only little issue I have with the beginning there is him being sent off in the Matrix before he was even born on Krypton. Yeah. That's it. Beyond that, that's it. I really like the origin.
Kryptonians
really
are
like
creepy
the,
science nerds. Hashtag deal with it.
Yeah.
creepy science nerds.
Well, that's what made Laura and Jor-El different, and in turn Kal-El different. So
exactly.
I love Tyler's like artificial insemination.
So I mean that's the only little thing I had about right.
Jor-El's getting
that's the only little thing I had about it, because I mean I just read the first issue last week, and I'm reading 2 and 3 this week.
Oh yeah, 3
tomorrow and Saturday. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stuff to look forward to.
I think is it next time we do Superman? I think we're doing Man of Steel 2, Lilith.
I believe so.
And I have 3 on the list for next year. So
of course,
not right away, but I do. Yes.
Don't want to blow your load right away. I get you. I got you. Phrasing. I apologize. Not really.
I was gonna say I'm an old man. I couldn't if I tried.
Oh.
Drink more water, sir.
Oh. So how's your podcast, Tyler? It was great. Learned a lot about Phil.
Hydration is important.
Jania,
it's kind of a bummer you guys didn't get to read it in the floppy, because it has this really silly like quick shot of Aquaman. Quick one shot. Yeah.
I saw it on the digital, like where you can read comics online. And they had some of the ads in it. I did see the Aquaman.
Yeah,
thing.
the scanned ones, yeah.
Ugh, the scanned ones hurt my heart. Some people don't do a too good job with the old ones. Like, you have to reset the DPI, otherwise it comes out kind of fuzzy. So I try to, like, for Batman and Superman, I definitely, and some of Spider-Man
I've seen them where you can see the crease in the book. Yeah, I've seen a couple. You can see the little crease in the book where they're, like, trying to get it down, and towards the edge of the page starts getting blurry because of the fold.
Crush it in the scanner.
Yep.
So Lilith, like I said, this was your pick. Was it just because it was like a quote unquote marriage issue? Why did you pick this one for?
Yes, because it was a marriage issue, but it's wacky and it's funny to me, and it's just like it's Earth 2, and I feel like we don't talk enough about Earth 2, especially pre-crisis Earth 2.
So unless they did like an imaginary what if story, this was kind of almost the first Superman and Lois marriage.
Yeah, another reason why I picked it.
Was it? I thought they got married in the Golden Age, because didn't they have like an actual gold? I don't know if they had a wedding, but they did something in the Golden Age.
Well, this is Golden Age Superman.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like back actually in the Golden Age, because like, they had their kids.
But again, was it
isn't this Golden Age Superman?
That's it.
Lines are blurred.
Technically, yes, but I mean, like this wasn't written during the Golden Age.
Yeah,
there's I'm trying to remember if it was it was Superman. Let me see here.
Well, I guess that's why they did Earth 2 Superman, because even on the cover they're like, remember Action Comics #1? Well, that Superman's getting married.
Like I said, they were very upfront about it on the cover, which I appreciate. It's not like a bait and switch.
All right, well, there's the big question: where does Golden Age Superman end and Silver Age Superman begin?
Right.
So we didn't get a crisis.
This isn't the Superman. This isn't the Superman that was towing a planet.
Of course, love makes you weak. Sorry, married boys. Caring for another human being that isn't myself.
Action. Let's see. Action Comics 206. This legit. Superman marries Lois Lane.
It's either there's either time travel involved or it's an imaginary story. I'm telling you. Unlike the rest of these that are real.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Sometimes it just be like that. Go ahead, throw it in.
These stories are real. Look, these actually happen. Okay?
I know. I read one just the other day, just today, about Superman going on a job interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, he much like Peter Parker, they both need to be fired from their jobs in journalism. No ethics at all. Get a blog, you losers.
That was one of the good lines from, what was it? Was it Action or Superman? One of the last Bendis issues where, was it where the agents are there and they're, investigating the planet. And they're like, can we put out a paper? And they're like, well, I don't know, the whole legal thing about your profits. And I think Perry was like, wait a minute, a 21st century newspaper, you guys think we make a profit?
And then you're just kind of like,
well, no, you can if you get pop-up ads.
Like
but you have to trust your readers not to have ad blockers. And guess what? Millennials don't like pop-up ads.
Well, yeah, that's the online. I think they were actually talking about the print on paper.
Unless you're the New Yorker.
True.
Even then.
That's what I was going to say. Eventually, are like Superman and Spider-Man basically just going to be working for websites?
They're going to have. Well, Jones already got a podcast.
Well, yeah, J. Jonah Jameson's already got a podcast.
Come on, Perry White, come through, bro. Come through.
Great Caesar's Ghost, the Perry White podcast. It's coming.
He's got a podcast, and then he's got a web show in the MCU. Great
Caesar's Ghost.
Oh, yeah. I would listen to the Perry White podcast.
Somebody needs to make an ongoing radio drama in that vein.
So, yes.
I would listen to that. That would be hilarious.
Oh, look. Yeah, Tyler sent some covers. Yes. Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, was at 50. Is that 55? Superman's secret wife. Oh.
Secret. Spicy.
Lois Lane. And then,
taboo.
I bet you they even slept in separate beds.
If it was good enough for Mike and Carol Brady, it's good enough for Lois and Clark.
That's how you do it, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, honestly.
Oh, my Lord. And Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, 37. It looks like Lois is marrying Clark Kent, but she's all...
I would never have twin beds in my... No sleeping in separate beds.
I heard you sleep hanging upside down, James.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? 80-page giant Lois.
Batman 89.
If you weren't, Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, you missed some gems.
I know. This 80-page giant, Tyler sent me the cover of. Yeah, there's one where it looks like, Lois marries Clark and then takes her own secret identity, which I guess is blonde hair. And she even makes a deal with the devil. What?
Mephisto's in the DC universe?
Don't you dare, Mephisto!
Amalgam was there the whole time.
One more day. Never forget. And yes, Tyler was right. Action 206. Superman marries Lois Lane.
But does it stick, though?
That's kind of personal. Well, must not if they're getting married in 484.
Oh, the wackiness! Like I said, I just feel like modern day comics are just like so caught up on the hype train, the gimmicks, and the never ending events that you just don't get fun, wacky stuff like this anymore. It's a shame.
Yeah, you don't.
And I mean, as much as I love the new Lois book,
and when they do,
the old one is great.
And when they do wacky one-off issues and stuff like that, people are just like, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, it does. It's fun. It breaks up some of those where they're always just writing for trades.
That's what I call it for more.
I mean, because it's a collected story, but I still like getting those. I still like getting those one-off issues. I mean, like Superman, Batman back from the 2000s. The collected Public Enemies. Is 1 through 6, and then Supergirl is 8 through 13, 14 or whatever. But there's an issue in the middle there, Proteges, and it's a story about Robin.
See, James knows what's up.
Now it's annuals. That's it. That's all they do at one-off issues with, pretty much, is annuals.
I'm calling for more one and dones, and I have the perfect advertising for you.
Well, you can't. When you're writing for trades, that is literally the mandate for most books now.
Slap 6 one and dones in a thing. One and dones or one and fun. There you go.
Sure. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, sir. Eyebrows. I apologize. Get there from all sides.
Guys, do you?
So, do you agree that Golden Age is basically 1938 to 1955? Because there's some people that like try to push that and say maybe even 1957, 58.
Well, yeah, isn't that kind of like the unofficial? It's like the Golden Age went until Barry Allen's first appearance.
Yeah, that's what I always took it as. What people would say is like the Golden Age is when.
I would say that was my understanding was
when Barry Allen, the Flash, showed up.
Showcase number 4. Yes.
That was the
scroll down.
Scroll down, yes. And then
you don't even have to scroll that far, actually.
No. And then everyone forgot about Superman because every time like Grodd or someone's ready to take over the Earth, he's like, "Only the Flash can stop me." And Superman's like, "I'm over here,"
because he has speed. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a dummy, and so is Iris. She's a hungry dummy.
Oh yeah, all those early issues of Flash, man. Every issue, she's like, "Barry, go get me a sandwich."
She's no Lois, that's for sure. Lois is in her own class. Like of all the superhero like girlfriends, she's in her own class, and I appreciate that. I love their relationship.
She's like the first lady of comics.
Well, that's the storm. Let's not get carried away. I'm gonna give Marvel its due.
Yeah, but Lois was there first, way first.
Yeah, way first, but not as proactive, at least.
Well, when you said superhero girlfriends, like Sue Storm's her own superhero too.
Yeah, when they remember.
Yeah.
Good times, but yeah. I'm looking forward to our Superman journey. I was so bummed I missed the pilot because that's like, I love Superman and Lois. Like, I love the new adventures. It's my jam. Dean Cain, like it's like Christopher Reeves and Dean Cain. They're like my Supermen. So it's just like, just can't top them.
The Lois and Clark, the show is just such a feel good,
blatant ripoff. It's like, hey, Smallville and New Adventures. How about it, guys? We're trying to get some older people. We're trying to pull in the CBS demo. That's why Lois Lane looks so old compared to Superman.
Oh,
on the new
I'm a woman. I can say it. It's fine.
Oh,
I love Bitsy. I love her from Grimm. But let's just be honest.
I'm still not sold on her as Lois. So
she was a terrible girlfriend in Grimm for like 5 seasons. So even when she found out, she was kind of awful. So we'll see. We'll see.
Alicia.
They didn't give her much to do. I mean, it almost, especially in Elseworlds, it looked like they only picked her because she looked like she looked similar to Margot.
Yeah, that's a vibe I think they were going for as well. So I'm excited to see what they do.
They're like,
but
we're trying to do, we're trying
Supergirl.
We're trying to do Reeve here, so.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, to prop up Supergirl, I mean, they made it at the expense of Superman anytime he was on screen, except for his first appearance.
Well, because they didn't think they were going to be able to get him. So they're like, why not? It makes sense that she doesn't call him every freaking single time.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to play to how they were originally set up. Thank you, Cavill. Without Cavill, this wouldn't be possible, guys. Thank you for your mustache mishap, sir.
Oh.
Are we going to get a new Lucy Lane? That's what I want to know.
I thought I saw a casting call for her, if I wasn't mistaken.
Oh.
But that happened in New Adventures. We were supposed to have a Lucy Lane as a full-time character, and Mom and Pa Kent were supposed to only be like some-timey characters, and that kind of like flipped. We ended up seeing the Kents more than Lucy. So,
I mean, we got Lucy in the pilot, and then never again.
She was supposed to be a full-time character.
I don't remember.
It might have been weird. It's like
we're seeing her again.
Judy, what happened to you?
And we never saw her again. Actually, that's not true. She came back in like the end of the season, one of those, or at the beginning of season 2 or something. It might be in only a deleted scene or something, but she did come back one more time, if I remember right.
It's a blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, they recast for Superman and Lois. They recasted General Lane, and I mean, I doubt they're going to bring Jenna Dewan back for Lucy.
Nice. With
Crisis now, they can pick somebody else.
They
can cast somebody.
Well, they went full throttle with the Lex Luthor thing, so I'm like, okay. Honestly, actually, it makes sense to me, but probably not for the reason why the writers chose to go that route. But it makes sense to me.
I just love how Crisis cleans everything up, and like on all these shows, it's like, oh, here's some leftovers from the old multiverse, over here.
Yep. I don't know. I just know it better be good to the point where it won't make me think about Green Arrow and the Canaries, because y'all know how I love Katie Cassidy, and she needs a job right now, so I'm still kind of upset. So better not make me miss Green Arrow and Canary possibilities.
So is that never going to happen, or what?
It's never happening. Yeah, it's done. They didn't. They shot the pilot. It didn't get greenlit. It's done. And then for them to end Arrow on that premise that they were going to get the green light, don't even get me started.
I know.
So Superman and Lois got a lot to live up to.
William's still out there captured somewhere.
Well, it just
some say he's still bleeding out on that street.
What the F?
It just sucks because you just wasted an episode of our Green Arrow finale,
and we couldn't even get our penultimate episode title format, and it was just like, come on, bro. Just saying, we all kind of knew it wasn't going to happen, but when it didn't happen,
you probably would have just been better with just calling it like the Canaries and just trying to do something that way. But I feel like you've told their stories. They're not like characters that just started. Like, you told their stories. Exactly.
But like, isn't it a little embarrassing to have a Superman show on the CW when you have HBO Max? Isn't that? He's a premier prestige character. As much as I love the CW, I'm just going to be real. Like,
think about that. The Superman show's going to CW.
Oh, I agree.
The GCPD is going to HBO Max.
And hopefully GCPD is what everything I wanted Gotham to be, because y'all know I love Jim Gordon.
Hopefully it's like the Rucka stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so
and Peacemaker.
Hold on.
I understand that it's John Cena, sir. But John Cena belongs on the CW more than a
He's getting an HBO show, and Superman's not.
Before the movie's even
out. That's how low the Superman bar is in this world now. How crazy is that?
Well, I mean, it's all James Gunn's doing, and I just found out he's directing all the episodes.
It's
like 8 episodes, and he's going to do all 8 of them.
That's what.
But okay, has anybody? James and I had this conversation earlier. Since we're talking about this, has anyone watched the CW edit pilot of Swamp Thing?
No, I've only seen the original. I mean, Stargirls wasn't that bad. You didn't miss much. How bad was this one?
James, this is all you, buddy.
No. So, all right. So all the cussing, they blurred out the mouth. Of course, the word, but they also blurred out the mouth. And then the scene, the mirror scene with the dead body at the mirror, you only saw it from the other room. There was no close-up shot. They cut to commercial, and then next thing you know, they're at the next scene. And then same thing with the body and the vines in the morgue. Like, you saw a couple of things, but they cut out so many parts. Like, I was actually watching it with somebody. She was using my DC universe, and she was watching it that way because she didn't have CW. So it's kind of almost a side by side. And I got ahead of her in that scene because they cut out so much.
I was going to say, why bother? But I mean, they're just hurting for
I'm not
content.
going to watch it more.
People actually liked it though. Honestly, I saw a lot of people saying, "ACW, you might want to give it the Constantine treatment."
I mean, if you've never seen it before,
on Justice League Dark,
it's still a good show. But compared to the original, what they had to cut out, it just wasn't. Definitely want to watch the unedited version.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you never saw the original, probably is.
So,
yeah.
But more power to them. Get the eyes on the character. Let's get some more eyes on the Swamp Thing show. It did have the DC Universe original heading at the beginning.
So
they are still repping that.
Well, it should have been an HBO Max show from the get go. Like, I'm just so upset how mistreated this show got. So I'm glad that new eyes are on it, and it might actually get a revival. It might be a little watered down, but Swamp Thing's a good character to have, and it opens up a a lot of possibilities.
Aren't they doing a Justice League Dark show on HBO Max?
Maybe
supposedly. We'll see.
So maybe
it was
Swamp Thing.
Very good show.
Maybe Swamp Thing will be there. Maybe Constantine will be there.
I hope they bring back Derek Mears to do Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just would like to see.
I definitely. I want Matt Ryan to be able to do Constantine in.
I wouldn't mind Keanu Reeves because he's grown on me now. But Matt is also my first pick.
Matt Ryan,
without a doubt.
And hey, you know who would even really fully get in Swamp Thing?
Well, he's open to playing like multiple versions of Constantine.
He's the animated voice as well as the live
the edited version, the cartoon version, and the adult version. Yeah, he's open to doing multiple universe type versions of Constantine, and I'd say let him do it.
Matt Ryan.
Take him to the freaking movies too, if need be.
Oh yeah, Matt Ryan.
If they do like a full on movie.
Matt Ryan is like the Kevin Conroy of Constantine.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like
pretty much, yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
we really didn't get to see much of Blue Devil and Swamp Thing. Put him in Justice League Dark if they do that on HBO Max.
Yeah. How about give me some Blue Devil?
Mm-hmm.
Give me let's how it all
the
ends.
Effects were amazing for Blue Devil in the one episode he was
in. Yeah.
Spoiler: the fact that we get what do you call it? Floronic Man, like the final scene.
Captain Dake Man.
Yeah, the post-credit scene with.
All I gotta say is stay tuned next year. We gotta
the practical suits effects they used in Swamp Thing was so good.
That's like his Dark Mirror. That's his Bizarro though. So I get it.
All I gotta say is stay tuned next year. We got a Floronic Man story in a Batman arc, and I'm just it's.
Although it could always be worse. Even though John Glover did play him in that terrible Joel Shock.
You mean Batman and Harley Quinn?
No, she mean
no Batman and Robin.
No,
Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
he was just
blinking a message.
Yeah,
but... yeah.
Here, my dear, let me wrap you in some foliage.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Superman, getting good things happening after Bendis leaves. And if you guys aren't reading Lois Lane, even though she's probably going to be canceled, but pick it up when it comes out in trade for sure. If it's not already out in trade, I don't know.
Well, I think it was only 12 issues, so it's done, right?
Yeah, is it done?
Yeah.
I thought it was at 10. Is it made to 12 yet? I stopped reading DC, as you guys know.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
It was 12.
Yeah, no, it made it to 12. Yeah, it's done already. Yeah.
Yeah, pick up the trade. I thought that the first 9 stories that I read were great. It's a modern revamping of Lois that was desperately needed. So, without Bendis' fingers in it.
Yeah, it wasn't Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane.
I mean, Superman showed up once or twice, but yeah, it wasn't heavily. Yeah.
I just found it really funny that it was Lois Lane and Mary Jane all at the same time suddenly got their own books. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Again, they always mirror each other. I'm telling you.
No, Marvel's like, ooh, we should do that.
Well, no. Well, I'm just saying they all.
When it comes to their female characters, especially, they definitely take the lead for DC.
Again, what was it? 2009. The minute Batman gets lost in time and Dick Grayson becomes Batman. Guess what? Oh, Steve Rogers gets lost in time and Bucky becomes Captain
Bucky's
America.
Back, baby.
Bucky?
The thing nobody asked for. Absolutely nobody.
Oh, how dare you?
Fight me.
Wait till it hits Disney Plus. People, you eat your words, little hellfire.
Okay. If you say so. I'm more excited for WandaVision.
I can't wait to see that. But
WandaVision.
Winter Soldier was good. Yeah, I definitely want to see WandaVision.
So on that note, Philip.
Oh, okay. Lilith is sobering up, so we got to get out of here. All right. All right, everyone.
I'm done. She's like, I'm done.
Won't even deny it.
It's like we're on a date. She's like, I'm done. It's you're not. All right.
Take me home.
I got mine. I'm out. All right. Anyway, so yes, everyone, join us next week for the premiere episode of We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. For, of course, episode 1, when we're going to cover Batman Year 1.
Duh.
Some good,
makes sense, don't it?
Some good Frank Miller. That's what everyone says when I say that. So, and then next week, Man of Steel #2. Because
get ready, boys.
That's the lowest issue. Yes. And then the week after that, Batman, back for more Batman. Batman 10 Nights of the Beast. No, not Lilith's Love Life. The first story. Thank you, James. The first story of
don't indulge him.
I'm just more like,
I caught it. It was funny.
I'm glad you caught what I was throwing.
Speaking
James.
of Batman, I'm going to get off here and read Batman 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started that and kept getting interrupted.
Nightwing is back, baby. Woo!
which is like the best part.
Bill and Kristen couldn't be happier.
Not until Nightwing 75 comes out. Anyways.
As long as it's not all about Rick.
Oh, Rick's done. Rick is done.
He gone.
Rick James, and he's not. All right, so send your thoughts on all of those. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Legends of the Arrowverse on Facebook, Twitter. Follow all of our links. You can find links to the YouTube channel where you can watch this video. Links to the Patreon where we talk all things Star Trek. Links to merch. And
stay hydrated, my friends.
That's right.
Links to other links.
That's right. Hey, links to everything. All in one place. That's
hydration is important.
That's what plants crave. Anyway, that's Linktree, LINK.tr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer. Use the code South.
The show great needs your help, y'all.
That's right. Thank you, Charlie Esser. Use the code Southgate for both of those. Pick up Pod Life, the book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback, because Volume 2 with Master Tyler Patrick is in the works.
Yes. I can't wait for you guys to read what I wrote about you.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait for you guys to find out what I was saying behind your back. So, yes, go pick up Pod Life, the book. Go pick that up on Amazon. And when you pick that up and more on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the Southgate Media Group Network, and that evil wizard himself, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Why did your eye drift over to my box?
Hey-o.
Hey-o. All right, Tyler and James, where can people find the Krypton Report?
You can find us at the Krypton Report on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. We still got to work on more YouTube stuff. But, yeah, just search for at Krypton Report. That's where you can talk to me. And James has his own special webpage called All About the James. Where he talks about himself in the third person. I'm tired of knowing everything.
Not true, but that's interesting. I may have to.
Oh, he might have to do that. All right.
He's like, man, Tyler, you give me good ideas.
All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people find you? Lilith is invited to the wedding. If I would have known you, I would have invited you to my wedding. All right.
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. And if you are a cool kid or a hip grandparent, please feel free to follow me on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire86 for my boring life crap. And for the memes at Lilith Hellfire69. Bye, Felicia. Not in the face. So mature. I love it here.
Please, I am your people. Come on. Anyway, so yeah.
You don't come here for the mature conversation.
You really have to say that to the face. All right.
Mature conversation.
Anyway, everyone, thank you again. Nobody tell Rob. Thank you for joining us.
Nobody tell Rob.
Come back next time for Batman Year 1. And then in 2 weeks, Man of Steel number 2. I don't know how Lois gets car insurance, but we can discuss that then.
It's Metropolis.
I know Superman.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get life insurance in Gotham.
No, jeez.
That's the thing? People actually try?
And remember, the S stands for silly.